The rain was still falling on the small, lonely graveyard when little Emily stood clutching a faded teddy bear, her tiny hands trembling. Her mother had just been laid to rest, and as the crowd began to disperse, the only person she had left in the world, her stepfather, looked down at her with cold, unforgiving eyes. "You're not my responsibility anymore," he muttered harshly. "Pack your things and get out of my house." With that, he turned away, leaving the grieving child completely broken, standing in the shadow of fresh grief and cruel rejection. Emily's world had collapsed in a single day. Her father had passed away years ago, and her mother had been her only anchor. Now, with her gone, Emily was not just heartbroken, she was homeless. That night, she returned to the house that no longer felt like hers. Her stepfather's words echoed again and again. He threw her small suitcase out onto the porch, slamming the door before she could even say a word. She sat on the steps, crying into her teddy bear, with nowhere to go and no one to hold her. For days, Emily wandered the streets, surviving on scraps. Strangers passed her by, some with pity in their eyes, but none stopped long enough to truly help. Her shoes tore apart, her clothes grew dirty, and her once bright eyes dimmed under the weight of loneliness. She tried to sleep on benches, sometimes behind shops, always hugging her teddy as if it could protect her. At night, she whispered prayers to her mother, begging for comfort, for warmth, for someone who would love her again. One rainy afternoon, as Emily sat shivering under a broken street lamp, a black luxury car pulled up beside her. The window rolled down, and a man with silver hair and kind eyes looked out. He was dressed in an expensive suit, but what struck Emily was not his wealth. It was the concern in his voice when he asked, "Child, why are you out here all alone in the rain?" Emily hesitated. She had grown used to people ignoring her or looking at her as a burden, but something about this man's gaze felt different. Tears spilled down her cheeks as she whispered, "I don't have anyone anymore." The man stepped out, removed his coat, and wrapped it gently around her trembling shoulders. His name was Mr. Carter, a well-known millionaire in the city, respected for his success, but admired for his heart. That night, instead of walking past, he took Emily's hand and led her to his car. In the warmth of his home, Emily was given clean clothes, a hot meal, and the comfort of a bed. She slept for hours, the deepest sleep she had known in weeks. But as morning came, the memories of her mother's funeral and her stepfather's cruelty returned. She feared this new kindness wouldn't last, that she would be abandoned again. When she woke up crying, Mr. Carter sat by her side and listened. For the first time in so long, Emily told her story. How her mother had always believed she was destined for something beautiful, how everything had been ripped away from her in a single cruel moment. Mr. Carter's heart ached. Unknown to Emily, he too carried scars of loss. Years ago, he had lost his daughter in an accident, and though his wealth grew, the hole in his heart never healed. Seeing Emily's pain stirred something deep within him. He didn't just see a lost child, he saw a second chance to give the love he once gave his daughter. But their journey wasn't easy. Emily struggled to trust, flinching at raised voices or sudden movements, scars of her stepfather's cruelty. At school, other children whispered about her being the charity child of a millionaire, making her feel like she didn't belong. Nights were the hardest. She often woke up from nightmares of being abandoned again. Yet through every fear, Mr. Carter stood firm. He attended every school event, held her hand during storms, and reminded her daily, "You're safe now, and you are loved." One day, Emily's stepfather appeared again, not with kindness but greed. Hearing that Mr. Carter had taken her in, he demanded money, claiming she was still his responsibility. But Mr. Carter, with unwavering calm, looked him in the eye and said, "You gave up the right to call her your family when you left her alone. She's mine to protect now." With legal help, Emily was officially adopted, finally securing the home she had been denied. As years passed, Emily blossomed. She discovered a talent for painting, something her mother had once encouraged. Her art became a voice for her emotions, filled with colors that told the story of pain, resilience, and hope. Supported by Mr. Carter, she showcased her work, inspiring others who had felt abandoned to believe in second chances. Her stepfather eventually faded into obscurity, while Emily's name grew bright in circles of art and kindness. And in her speeches, when people asked her how she survived such darkness, Emily always said the same thing: "Love saved me. My mother's love never left me, and when I was lost, life sent me another parent who showed me that family is not just blood. it's who stands by you when the world turns away. By the time Emily was grown, Mr. Carter was an old man, but every time he saw her smile, he knew he had done something truly meaningful. He hadn't just saved a child, she had saved him too, healing a wound he thought would never mend. Their story became a testament to the power of kindness, reminding the world that even in the darkest chapters, love has the power to rush in and rewrite a life forever.